In today's video, we're headed to Goodwill and a red, white, and blue thrift store to look at spring-related home decor. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Megan, and I like to visit thrift stores to look for vintage, unique, and practical items that I need for my home. I'm starting out at a Goodwill in Pompton Plains, New Jersey. Then we'll head over to the red, white, and blue, which is like 5 times the size of this Goodwill. My pull at red, white, and blue must have been good because a woman tried to take stuff from me while I was recording for you. You'll see that in a bit. The last time I was at this Goodwill, I bought a green vase, some brass candlestick holders, and this pretty lampshade for my marble lamp. So I'm hopeful that I'll find some treasures today. Due to a microphone mishap, I've had to record this voiceover for you. I've gotten into the habit of saying the prices on camera, so I'll just have to try to remember them for you. What I do remember is that this Goodwill was crazy busy. There were no carts left, and it was hard for me to film for you because people would walk between the shelves and the camera. I'm stopping to look at the soup tureen. They are a semi-regular find for me at the thrift store, and I've been thinking about buying one and turning it into a spring planter. I would fill it with some rocks for drainage, then some dirt, then plant tulips or daffodils in the planter. It would make a nice centerpiece to put on the dining room table if you're hosting a brunch or just for you to enjoy. My typical thrift involves me going through housewares and pulling out things I like that catch my eye. I like to start in housewares, then move to lamps and lighting, and I usually finish in linens. When I'm finished going through the store, I pull everything out that I have collected to show you. I call these items my pull. After showing you my pull, I assess each item and determine whether or not I need it. I examine the item to see if it's broken, missing pieces, or in need of an alteration, and whether or not the item is worth my time and money to fix. If I think it's worth it and I love it, I buy it. I picked up those green carnations because I'm on the lookout for some good faux florals. These had a little gold sparkle on them, which wasn't giving the natural flower look I desire, so I put them back. I told Ed, my boyfriend and fellow thrift enthusiast, how my family used to march in the St. Patrick's Day parade when we were kids and hand out green carnations to people watching the parade. We were raising awareness for the Irish Children's Program, which was an organization that placed children from Northern Ireland in the homes of Americans during the summer months. The idea was that the Irish children could get a reprieve from the Troubles and experience American life. Mostly, I remember that I got to keep the leftover carnations after the parade, so I was very excited to participate. I always stop for candles, but I haven't had much luck lately. Ed found a candle from Bath and Body Works, but it's a food smell, which I don't really like. In general, I like florals, woodsy, citrusy, and clean smells. But we've been striking out this winter, and I thought for sure I'd find some balsam scented candles this time of year. Sometimes my pulls are very large and sometimes they are very small. Regardless, after I have assessed all the items and determined which ones are coming home with me, I go back through the store to return all the items to the original location on the shelves. It's kind of a pain to do this sometimes, but household items don't have a return rack like clothing. I know some people start at the return rack in the hopes that treasure lies in someone else's discards. I wonder if a return rack or table for household items would be the same. Here is a replica of Rodin's The Kiss statue. The original is at the Rodin Museum and Gardens in Paris. This one was too heavy to lift while I was holding the camera, and I don't remember the price. It might have been $49.99. I know you may be wondering why I'm checking out this glass skull goblet or pitcher because it doesn't seem like my style. When I saw it, I was reminded that we are going to a Mexican restaurant that has giant skulls out front. I was telling Ed how my friend is desperate to go, and if we went, we could get their nachos as we are on a quest to find the best nachos in New York City. At this point, I was a little frustrated and disappointed with my Goodwill experience. It was so busy that I didn't feel comfortable filming as much as I would have liked, and I didn't find anything I loved for this spring theme. Ed knew I was bummed, so he picked up this magic 8-ball and asked, "Will Megan have a good thrifting day?" I mean, the results are clear. Or are they? I did have one of those when I was a kid, and I remember asking it very important questions about my non-existent love life. After making a quick stop to pick up something from a Facebook Marketplace vendor and stopping at Wawa so Ed could get some jalapeno and cheese stuffed pretzels, we headed over to the Red, White, and Blue. You guys may remember that the last time we were here, a woman went through my cart. I don't know what it is about this store, but it's very intense. It feels like competitive thrifting, and I'm not always in the mood for that environment, so we took a break for a while, but today we're back and hopeful. As I mentioned before, after I'm done going through the store, I pull everything out to show you. Sometimes people have walked by my little display and said they like something I've pulled. A few times I've had someone take the item and I've had to say, "I'm gonna get that." It actually happened at the Red, White, and Blue, and I got it on camera so you can see it. In the case of that woman and all the people who have wanted something I had, I do track them down to give them the item if I'm not getting it. One time, I couldn't find the girls that wanted this blue and white picture I'd found. I looked all over for them, but I think they left while I was deciding. If you watched my Planning 2025 video, you know giving my bedroom a refresh and redesign is on the list of things to do. I have been on the hunt for vintage or antique shelving brackets to use with a leftover shelf from when I installed shelves in my bedroom closet. I think I showed you the before and after in my rental problem solved video. Anyway, the reason I picked up those French-inspired wall decor pieces is that I thought I might be able to repurpose them as shelf brackets. Ultimately, I decided against it. I just didn't feel like they could support the weight of the shelf and items. When we went to Brimfield Antique and Flea Market, you guys watched me look through cast iron brackets. I thought I'd be able to find brackets I liked more and at a more affordable price, but I have not yet. Every day, Red, White, and Blue thrift store has discounts. They usually have discounts on 3 colored tags or stickers. Today's discounts are yellow tags 35% off, green tags are 50% off, and blue tags are 75% off. I think this is the first time we've thrifted on a weekend and seen discounts on blue and green tags, which is exciting because usually I pick up items with green and blue tags and they're full priced. I picked up this cast iron pan, which is marked $3.99, and the cast iron trivets. It looks like someone put brass rub-in buff on them. I'm guessing they didn't like the black color and thought they'd like them better if they were brass, but they didn't, so they were donated. It's kind of sad for the trivet, but I get what the DIYer was trying to do. Anyway, I like picking up trivets because they are handy to have around, and I was able to thrift some little cast iron pans when we were in Pennsylvania about 2 years ago. They had a lot of unique little boxes in the store today. Did you see the lidded box with the shell art? Later on, I'll pick up a painted and carved wooden jewelry box and put it in my cart. I like finding and purchasing pretty unique and cool boxes, bowls, and other things that can help me organize and hide things I need, but that I don't want to see, like remote controls for the TV, charging cords for my phone and earbuds, random letters and cards. I like being able to hide these things away. It's a little more challenging to hide away bigger electronics like a microwave. If I were to design my kitchen from scratch, I would definitely put in an appliance garage to tuck away my microwave and my toaster so that I don't have to look at them all the time. I actually mentioned this in my last video because we were talking about how people have toilet paper on display in their bathroom, like in baskets and in towers and stuff, and how I just don't like seeing really useful things on display like that. I don't know why. I don't like it, especially with the toilet paper. It's something about like being sanitary, like it might be getting dusty and wet and stuff. When we were at Goodwill earlier, I mentioned that I was looking for a soup tureen because I was thinking of repurposing one for a centerpiece or as a centerpiece. That's also the reason I'm looking through these creamers and sugar bowls. I have a little collection of creamers, but I don't have the opportunity to use them as creamers. So I have repurposed them as vases, pitchers, little watering cans, and a variety of other things. I also repurposed a sugar bowl as a planter, and I want to do a spring DIY topiary thing. I have shown you guys how I guess I haven't shown you guys how I'm using and styling my thrifted items in a while, so I think that's what I'm going to do in next week's video. I find thrifting realistic faux florals and greenery a challenge. Usually they are cheap looking or in rough shape, but these foam tulips are actually good. I've had similar ones for years and they've really held up. The ones I have are like 10 years old and from Magnolia, so they are not available anymore, but I think I linked some similar ones in my Amazon store along with the other faux florals I have in my home. I like the foam tulips because you can manipulate the stems and the flower head. In nature, tulips would be perfectly imperfect, you know? Some would be open more than others, or shorter, or drooping, and you're able to play with the foam tulips to make them look more realistic. Okay, here is my pull. Now, we know that I don't have the original audio, so I'm just gonna wing it. All right, so first up, we have this carved wooden box I told you about. It had that painting on the front. I'm actually not sure if it's a painting now that I'm looking at it, but it should be a jewelry box, right? Because it has the glass on the inside so that you can, or the mirror on the inside. I was trying to convince Ed to buy it to put his remote controls in. Like I said, I love hiding not so pretty things and like kind of utilitarian things inside of attractive things. Keep an eye on that box. A woman's going to kind of try to snag it later. I picked up this blue and gray mug pitcher. Yeah, I just thought it's nice for spring. It has a little kind of leaf flower on the front. Of course, I picked up a blue and white pitcher. You could use this for its actual purpose, or you can use it to, put flowers in. Speaking of flowers, I actually found this terracotta pot, which is a rarity. I have not been having a lot of luck finding them lately, like the last year or so. They've been hard to find at the thrift store. I put this little flower inside. She's $3.99. She actually looks pretty good on camera, and that was just like a quick little spring setup between the two of them. In the back there, you can see, here are the tulips. It doesn't make sense for me to buy them because it is $14.99, which that feels like a lot, but maybe they're thinking, the vessel and the flowers. Since I already own tulips, it doesn't make sense for me to buy them. If you've watched my decor videos before, you know that I love hydrangeas. So when I saw these blue ones, I did pick them up, but ultimately I won't end up getting them. The ones I have are more realistic. That blue and then the flowers themselves don't look that great. I do like the blue. Do you see the lady's hands? Now she's looking at it and I say, "Excuse me, I'm going to get that." And she apologizes and puts it back. I don't know. It just happens sometimes, you guys. It's okay. I just think it's funny. So then here's this brass pot, $7.99. This is not a bad deal. I just have a lot of brass, so I'm going to pass. She had walked away at this point, and that's when I turned to Ed and I was like, "Did that just happen?" And he's... It's just funny. I don't know. So I'm not mad. It's just funny. All right. What else do we have here to show you? I picked up one of these little guys. I think once I find the right one, I'll buy it. I pick them up all the time, but just haven't found the perfect match for me. I picked up another creamer. I do like this one, but I think the ones I have at home, I like more, and it didn't seem worth it. So I will put this one back. That little brass and glass piece, I picked it up. I just thought it was cool. Ed thought it looked like something from Anthropology. That one is $9.99. $9.99. I also picked up this little flowered bowl. I was hoping to maybe use it to replace the one that's holding my sponges right now. But I ended up leaving her behind. This blue and blue container is $5.99. I think that's the first thing on sale with the yellow tag. A cloche always a good idea. They're so useful for anything from putting like shells to, I put fairy lights in mine at Christmas, and at Easter, I put colored eggs in them. You can just put a lot of different things in a cloche for display. So that's a good thing to have on hand for decor. Or I guess two other spring-themed, flowered-themed things. The glass one, obviously, bringing us to a total of 4, maybe? I thought that was cool, but I have a silver one, so I left it behind. Here's some other sort of random things. I don't know why I picked this up. I just think it looks cool. I did consider these drawer liners. When I find them, I pick them up, and I just haven't bought them because I don't know. I don't know why I haven't bought any. There is a soup tureen back there, but I did end up putting it back and not buying it. I didn't buy that frame. I initially picked it up for my friend, but I ended up putting it back. And that is my early spring pull at the thrift store. Oh, I forgot the batten lace tablecloth. That's a nice find. Speaking of finds, I tracked down that lady who wanted the wooden box, and we had a laugh about it. She was like, I didn't know what you were doing. And I said, yeah, no worries. Do you guys remember when I styled that English country cottage pull on that cabinet and a woman came over to watch me and ended up buying it? I think that people think I work at the store. Even though I'm not in a uniform, it makes me wish that styling at the thrift store was my job. But I have too many jobs already, so unless you're a thrift store manager and you're watching, in which case, hit me up. Next week, we'll decorate for spring, and I'll show you how I use and style my thrifted decor in a variety of ways. Have a nice week, everyone. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.